Welcome to my channel. I'm Nicole Pro's Sparkle Junkie. This video is part of a playlist with Take 5. Today I'm making some coasters. Now, I know this is a Blue Christmas playlist, but we're using some blue mica powder from Resin. And this is something that you could definitely give as a Christmas gift, and you're going to see we are going to make it a little Christmassy as well. So I'm just taking the mica powder with a paintbrush and putting it on I'm going to put it actually on all of them, but we're going to do a few different techniques to see really what works best. So I am leaving some areas on a couple of these just so that I can add a little bit of white mica powder as well. Kind of wanted to see what the effect was going to be. I'm going to mix up some epoxy now. I'm kind of guessing on exactly how much I'm going to need, but if you have leftover when you're done, you can always use it for another mold, which I did, and so you'll see that a little later. This is also Let's Resin Fast Cure casting epoxy, and I found that I really do enjoy using it. It is where you use equal parts. So I think I did 2 ounces total. So anyway, you got to mix it up really good. And I'm not going to make you watch me mix it the whole time, but I typically will do 3 minutes. You'll want to refer to your manufacturer's instructions, depending upon what resin you're using. And they each have their own instructions. So here I've got it all mixed up, and on a couple of these I'm going to do just the clear epoxy, and then once I pour it in, I just use my little popsicle stick to spread it all out, make sure every edge has got the epoxy touching it. And so those two, I'm just doing the plain. And then I am going to add some glitter now to do the other two. So I figured in the end what I would do is if these are going to be gifts, each person, each couple, whatever, gets 2 coasters. My first thoughts were I should have put glitter in all of it, but in the end you'll see they both are beautiful, but this glitter is really something else. And since I did have some left over, I had another coaster mold. It's shaped a little differently, and I wish I could have found more of those. I'd hate to have to do a set of coasters one at a time. But I did find all of these molds at the Dollar Tree. So they're not very expensive. The most expensive part that you're going to find in this whole process here is going to be your resin. Now I'm just kind of, squidging, I don't know what you want to call it, the edges there just to make sure everything is touching. And on this one, I decided I'm going to pour a little bit of glitter on top to see how that comes out. We have to wait for the resin to cure. And so later, here we go. I've taken this one out of the mold already. Let's go ahead and demold the round ones. Now, here's the deal. They did not come out on the top as bright and shiny as they did on the bottom because I had that mica powder on there. So that's a lesson learned. If you're going to use mica powder, just know that that glitter is not going to come through quite as strong. And you can definitely tell a difference on the bottom as on the top where the mica powder was. I picked up these beautiful blue snowflake stickers at the Hobby Lobby, and I thought that we would just use those and decorate it up. So we've got our blue, and it's Christmassy or wintry, however you want to look at it. But I am going to put stickers on the insides of these coasters on all four. And that way I'll just have 2 sets of 2. All right, so I want to protect those stickers so that they don't come up. So what I'm going to do is mix up a small amount of epoxy resin and just lay a thin coat over the stickers. I want to take a second just to thank the hosts of this playlist from Take 5. That would be Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette, Chrissy from Funky Junk Inspiration, and Mary from The Painted Peach. We try to release a new playlist every Friday, and I'm just loving being part of this group. If you have more information or want to become part of our group, reach out to one of us and let us know. We'll be glad to give you the information and are excited about bringing on new people to get even more inspiration from each other. So I'm mixing this up so that it's all good and ready to use. If you don't get it mixed up well, it is not going to cure correctly. So just put a little bit in each one of these, and then I will spread it out so that everything is covered. It took me a little bit of time to do this, and in one part here I even try to lift that coaster up and maybe tip it so that it will run to the edges, and it really didn't work. I think because of the temperature in my craft room. If it was a little warmer, it might flow a little better, but no problem. Just use your craft stick there and get it spread out. And the goal is just to cover those stickers so that they don't come up when people are using those coasters. After you have the epoxy resin all spread out there, it pretty much levels itself. So you're going to have to let that cure as well. So I did use my heat tool here just to get some of the bubbles popped. Move that resin around just a little bit more to get it definitely into the edges. And so now it is the next day, and I've got myself some metallic paint markers, and I am just using those paint markers to, you know, put a little bit of silver paint on the edges there, so that it'll give it a little bit of interest, a little metallic flair. And it takes just a second to get the paint on there, but I found it really did make a difference, and I like the look of it. So don't forget, if you do like my content, I'd appreciate it if you would like my, or follow my page, and leave me a comment and let me know what your thoughts are. That extra coaster that I had, I decided I was going to do the edge of it in gold. So here's where I'm doing that. It was just an extra, and I mean, maybe when I have extra of anything that I'm pouring, I can make a coaster out of that color and then have a multicolored coaster set. Who knows? But so the little grooves on here really made it a little more difficult. Okay, so again, please subscribe and hit the bell so you'll know when I release new videos. This is the final product, the one with the glitter and the one without the glitter. They are both beautiful in their own way. All right, there's a link in my description to give you the rest of the creators of the playlist. Hope you watch them all and have a wonderful day.